What's good? What's good? What's good? Good morning. Good morning. Out here starting some trouble with y'all. Yay. Man, straight out the bat with the super chat from my man, Stone Alone. What's going on, man? He said for Super Chat Thursday, salute for nine in the chat. I'm rolling. That's what's up, man. Let me get this going on you, man. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother, for starting it off right, man. Thank you for starting that Super Chat Thursday. My man, Cadillac 634 in the building. What's good with you, man? ATX Realist, pound for pound boxing. Be easy. What's good, man? Oh man, Rise podcast. My bad, man. Last night, like I told you, I try to do stuff in the nighttime, man. But dude, I was gone at like 7 o'clock, man. So 8 o'clock your time, I was gone, man. Be easy in the building. What's ATX Realist? What's going on, man? It was a question title. See how many people know how to read. They don't. Trust me, they don't know how to read. Chillville building. What's going on, man? Said Team Crawford. Public service announcement. When Bud beats Spence, do not make any excuses. Have a good day, boxing family. Thank you, Chillville. Appreciate that, brother. Jimmy Bernard in the building. What's going on, man? He said, oh, and Floyd said it right, 135 or nothing. You want to fight Tank so bad, and go out of your way to call him out every second. You breathe and make that adjustment. Hey man, dude, that is just those. He doesn't want that fight, man. What's going on, my man? Benjamin Newsom in the building. Cal L. Coolett, what's happening? Joshua Furlong in the building. ATX Realist. Jeff Campbell, boxing. Big Block. What's going on, Big Block? Bala in the building. Mr. Furlong, Terry Schmoot, what's happening? Cornelius Burnett in the building. Cal L. Kulak, I got that. And Tony Robles, what's going on, y'all? Oh, man. This boxing talk just fine. Morning. He said, but now I had him rolling on Rise. Yeah, man, I'm going to make it to Rise. I just got to make sure I catch a big nap in the afternoon, man. I'm telling you, dude, in the evening time, I am done. And plus, it's like I got my kids, so like I got drama to do. I got stuff to do with my kids, so it's just really tough, man. Evenings are real hard on me, man. Where's Bala Walla to say that so I can get a pause out of him? So I can get a pause. Pause. But yeah, let's get into this, man. Good happy Thursday to you guys. I got to do one thing real quick. Give me a second. Give me 1 second. 135 division is a mess. Yeah, it is. But it's because all of the belts are tucked away from the money. It's because the money's over here and the belts are over there. That's the problem. The belts are over here, and the people and the fighters that people want to see are over here. So it's like it's just kind of jacked up. You know what I mean? And that's all it is, really. It's just a separation between the money and the belts, and it is a big separation because there's not enough money for the organization with the belts to give up any of the belts because they're going to keep all those things. They're going to keep those things at top rank. That's how I see it anyway. You know, that's how I see it. I just see that there's a separation between the money and the belts, and that's it. If the belts were really not really truly tied to sanctioning to promotional companies, right? Because that's the biggest problem with the belts. They're tied to promotional companies. And you can see why, seeing as the WBA out here taking bribes for rankings, you know, and it's been not like that for a long time. Benjamin Newsom said, for now, what's Bronner's problem with Al Heyman? I mean, Bronner's just a drama show, man. He just says what's on his mind. He felt like the press conference was too small a time for him. You know, like because he is used to doing the initial kickoff press conferences, you know, at a place, right, with press there and all of that. But look, man, you fell off. You know, you fell off. So what you gonna do? You haven't fought in several years. Fell off, man. You know, You doing press conferences like everybody, like regular people now, man. That's what I think, man. Brian Weiss, can we get at least one fight that we want? Yeah, absolutely. We get fights that we want. Get ready for that Michaela Meyer, Alyssa Bumgardner fight. You want that, don't you? You want that fight, don't you? Yeah, ABS. Yeah, Bronner just has no filter, man. That's all it is. He just doesn't have a filter, and he just says whatever comes out the top of his mind, and he's lashing. He lashes out at people, just kind of like a little bit of a childish behavior, in my opinion. You know, but it is what it is, man. We'll watch. I will watch the Omar Figueroa fight, and man, but you know, he's just not. They're not going to invest that money. You know, they're not. They're not going to. They're not going to invest that. They're not going to invest that money in him. You know. Yeah, I saw that, Ernie V. Yeah, I did. Hold on one second, man. Hold on, man. These got to know. Hold on one second, man. They gotta know, dude. Hold on one second. All right, sorry about that. No, not long. People calling me, man. It's like if you legitimately calling me, you know that I'm doing this at this time. It's like without a doubt, you know that you know it. But hold on a second. It's my wife. Hold on one second. Just give me 1 second. All right, back. Sorry about that. Yeah, man, my son is like really just pissing me off, dude. It's like, dude has asked his kid to do like 6 straight things. He didn't do any of them. Yeah. Anyway, El Fuego, what's going on, man? He said, Fernand, do you think Errol Spence and Rolly fight is possible? No, I don't, man. I don't put any seriousness in that at all, man. Rolly Romero was just talking out of his neck, man. He's not even in the weight class yet. He just got knocked out by a guy at 135 pounds. There's almost no way that that fight can be taken seriously by Errol Spence or anybody that would be like looking forward to that fight. It's just there's nothing to that fight, man. There's nothing. The best dad ever said, Devin and Kambosos is confirmed, yet Bill did a whole interview calling out Tank and Ryan yesterday. Yeah, man. Just look, man. I don't know what to say about that, man. I didn't listen to it, so I can't say what he said in the interview and what he didn't say in the interview. But I will tell you this, man. Look, I mean, I'm just a student of reality, man. He said, Fanon, teenagers will be they're forgetful, sir. No, they're not forgetful. They'll just blow you off. Ain't no way in the world. Somebody asks you 6 times the same thing and you don't do it, that you forgot. You didn't forget, you didn't want to do it. And you just didn't do it. Period. Ain't nobody they're not that forgetful. Anyway. T. Wells said, good morning, Fanon. My boys are 3 and 6, and so you're telling me they won't listen for the next 10 years? Dog, yeah, forgetful. Yeah, look, man, all I'm saying is it's just annoying, man. I'm sorry, I'm annoyed. Like, everybody and their mother knows that I do this at this point in this period in time. So it's like he's on a basketball team that's got to practice a million miles away in the middle of the morning when I cannot do it, So it's just like anyway, as Shing said, how would a fight between Ugas and Boots go? Give me Boots. Give me Boots. I couldn't tell you how the fight would go. It may be a good fight, man. I mean, Yordenis Ugas is a very good fighter, and he says he wants to fight. So I would take Boots in the fight, but I think it'd be a good fight. I'd have to think about that more to tell you how I think the fight would actually go. But I would have Jaron winning the fight. I think that he's an extra level talent, man. Very, very well rounded. He's got size, speed, length on Ugas. He could either stop Ugas or he could beat Ugas over 12 rounds in a decision. It depends on what Ugas shows up, how much Ugas has left in the tank, It's just Ugas going to be a very difficult person to stop, right? Unless you break something on his bones, you know what I mean? And that is something interesting, man. I can't sing, man. Again, man, much love in that super chat on this Super Chat Thursday, brother. Thank you so much, man, for that support, man. Yeah, it's just that's a real good fight, man. He would stop him in 8 and 6 rounds. I mean, I can't say whether he'd stop him or not, because Yordenis Ugas has not been knocked out, stopped. He got his eye socket broken. So, and that took a lot of punishment to pop that eye socket. So I don't know, man. I want to give him a little bit more credit than that. And I'd say that, I think Jaron will win, but I take Jaron by decision over Ugas. I think Ugas has enough where Ugas can make it through, man. He said, MD26 said, yeah, I get you, Fanon. I got a 14-year-old. I stay on their ass constantly. You got to. Yeah, man. It's like, man, come on, man. The thing that gets me, dude, like, you remember them old commercials, like the old show? Or no, it's not old shows. Where your people used to be like, will you turn off my lights? Like, how mad it makes me to know the cost of electricity and to wake up at 3 a.m. and my office light is blaring. I'm like, man, what is my light on doing at 3 o'clock in the morning? So I get up and I'm like, will you turn the light off? Oh yeah, I'll turn it off. And I go to sleep and I get up at 6 and the light's still on. It's like, man, you burning my money. Like, dude, you are literally taking my money and putting a match to it and burning it for hours. The fuck is wrong with you? Like, I'm sorry about the cussing, but man, I'm telling you, how irritating that is to have somebody just burn your money up, like with your light bills on, like your lights on, as expensive as this stuff is. Man, I swear, goodness gracious, man, I was, let's put it away. I'm livid. That kills. Just blatantly leaving lights on, bro. Blatantly leaving water running. Like, man, that shit costs money. You are literally spending money all night. Anyway, the Chillville in the building. What's going on, man? Thank you, brother, for that big $5 cash app, brother. Thank you for that support, bro. I appreciate you, man. I got that. Thank you, man. And Jeff Campbell in the super chat, brother. Thank you. Said, thought on Raymond Ford out of Camden, New Jersey. I like him. Raymond Ford, I've seen him fight a couple times, man. He's a good fighter, man. Raymond Ford is a good fighter. Looking forward to seeing more of him, man. And D'Avion Bible in that super chat, he said, salute. I know yesterday you spoke about how you want to be here in retirement. I hope I can be there. I hope I too can be here just that long. Hey, thank you, Avion Bible. Yeah, absolutely. I want to be able to do this in retirement. Much love in that super chat, bro. Yes, sir. Have a good second act, man. You know what I mean? Say kids are a blessing in disguise. Yeah, they are. I'm just telling. I mean, don't get me wrong, man. I love my son. I wouldn't trade him for the world. But look, man, you burning money is not cool. I'm saying that is not cool. That right? You say you unplug everything. My wife is good at that, at unplugging everything. I just probably need to exactly. That's what I need to do. I need to unplug everything. But it's just, man, this gas, these prices, these electric prices are crazy, bro. He said B. Logan said Boots stops him at 9. He's too athletic. Yeah, I mean, I don't think he can beat Boots. I'm gonna be honest with you. The only person that I really see beating Boots is Errol. That's really it. That's the only guy that I see beating him. I don't see Terrence Crawford beating him. I think that is a really bad matchup for Terrence Crawford. Because everything that Terrence does, Boots does. But he's bigger and he's longer and he hits harder and he's faster. So it's like Terrence Crawford fighting a much younger version of himself that's better than he was when he was younger, you know? So I just don't see that because of all of the attributes that Terrence brings to the ring. I think those are all offset by Gervonta. And Gervonta is much more aggressive. And because he's so aggressive, he's gonna hit air. He's gonna hit Terrence with something nasty, you know. Where Errol, that's pressure style, I think, is something that will give Gervonta problems because it's not the same style that Boots fights under, and it's a type of style that really doesn't give you a lot of time to think, man. You know what I mean? So that's kind of where I am, man, on that one. A Pound for Pound Boxing Talk said AB needs a business advisor. He asks for help, then bashes the company. Yeah, I mean, you know, just he's a known commodity at this time. So I'm not going to get too much of a stir about anything that he does. You know, I'm glad it's a really good fight, man. It's a really good fight, though, between him and Omar Figueroa at 140. Him making 140 pounds is a really good sign for him, and if you ask me. But that's a difficult fight for him, Omar Figueroa. I like Omar Figueroa a lot as a fighter, too, and I'm glad he's down at 140. He's just not big enough. He's just not big enough a puncher to fight the style that he has at 147 pounds. He said, I know that clown is just clout chasing, man. What are you talking about? Who's just clout chasing? Who's clout chasing? Adrian Brawner got his own clout, if that's what you're talking about. But I don't know who you talking about clout chasing, man. Forever remains nameless, brother. Thank you for that support and that super chat. It means a lot, man. Thank you. On this super chat Thursday, brother. Thank you so much. And hey, thanks to the people that bought the cups yesterday. So you got Boots and Spence beating Bud, but I got Bud. Bud got Bud number 1 per pound. How? Bud ain't even the number 1 welterweight. I mean, dude, I don't know how to answer this question in as far as other than to tell you one thing is hypothetical and the other thing is based on actual physicality. One is hypothetical based on what you would do if you were imaginarily the same size, but they're not the same size. You know? I could have Shakur number 1 pound for pound. If he moves up to welterweight, I got Errol and Crawford beating him. Does that make sense to you? What if I have Gervonta Davis number 1 pound for pound and he goes up 2 weight classes, he's fighting in welterweight, and I pick Jaron Ennis and Errol Spence Jr. to beat him? Does that make sense to you? I don't understand the complication. I don't understand. I don't see what makes that complicated. One is fantasy. One is fantasy and one is reality. If that helps you. Much love in that super chat though, bro. Thank you. That's what one is fantasy, and one is reality. That's all I can say to you. And honestly, I've had Bud there for a long time. And I've not seen anything to tell me that he is not still every bit as good a fighter as he was. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to pick him to beat every fighter, because I can separate fantasy and reality for the most part. Sometimes might have problems with that every once in a while, but you get me. You don't know why Bud is pound for pound. You talking about me? I already told you I know why he is. It's the 4 scoring criteria of boxing: clean, effective punching, effective aggression, defense, and ring generalship, and the balance that he has in between. Those 4 things is why I have him there. But again, pound for pound is fantasy. It's all it is. It's just a fantasy conversation. It's just doesn't even mean anything, you know. Thank you, Brian Weiss. Appreciate you, brother. He said, yeah, okay, that's good. What's going on, man? Rise, I'm sorry, man. Like I said, dude, in the evening times, man, I am absolutely dead tired, man. I have already been up for 2.5 hours. Right now, it's 8:22 my time, and I've been up for 2.5 hours already. And I don't go to sleep. I don't typically take long naps in the day. So by the time 6, 7 o'clock shows up, 8 o'clock show up, dude, I'm so dead tired, man. I just want to eat dinner and crash. TBE is TBE said, Spence versus Boots. I think Spence wins. He has a little more pop on his punches, and they're both great body punchers. Yeah, I mean, it's tough, man. Hey, said, oh, it's cool. I figured, hey, thank you, man. I apologize. Because Rise, I'm going to do it, Doug. It's got to be an evening where I got to take a late nap, something like that, man. Because I'm old, man. It's tough, man. King Hitman said, your favorite fighter can't beat everyone. Yeah, I mean, it is. It's just tough. It's the pound for pound. What's going on, H-Town? Pound for pound is not a real conversation. It's not real. I'll engage in it, bro. He said we had the red carpet out and everything. No, my bad, man. God damn, Rise is killing me, man. I'm gonna be over there, man. I am going to be over there, bro. I'm gonna be over there when I'm gonna shock you when I'm over there too. Maybe if I get this show off in the morning early enough on Saturday, I can do this Saturday. I can jump on that Saturday show after I do my show on Saturday, man. What was the credible source close to Spence to confirm the fight was a go? There isn't any close to Spence other than there isn't. The one that's close to Arrow is burning a boxer. The one close to Terrence Crawford is burning the boxer, not anybody close to Arrow. Not that I know of. The credible person that said that fight is on for November is burning the boxer, and he's out of Terrence Crawford's camp. So not out of the Spence camp. That's out of Terrence Crawford's camp. TBE is TBE said, keep up the great work for Fanon. Hey, thank you, TBE. I appreciate that. Thank you, brother, so much for that support, bro. Thank you. He said, Brandon said, no, nah, Fanon, you still young. It's all a mindset. It ain't all mindset. It ain't all mindset, brother. Trust you, me, man. It is not all mindset. Some of it is reality, man. But no, I know I'm not old. I'm not like, I'm not elderly. Let me put it that way. I'm not elderly. That I got you. I'm not elderly. But hey, man, it is what it is, man. I'm telling you, man, I have to protect my sleep. Like, I have to protect my sleep. I have to go to sleep. I have to. If I do not get my sleep, it is trouble for me personally. I have to get my sleep. Also, the older I get, the less I can drink. Definitely can't smoke, can't do any. I got to treat myself, Rise Podcast, great question. Said, do you think the winner of Devin and Haney would be a big fight? The winner of Haney? Yeah, absolutely. So the fight is on or not with Crawford and Spence. Man, that fight is going to be on, man. That's from what these look, we'll see. Y'all just wait and see. I say the fight is on. Bo versus Tank, yeah, it's huge. Yeah, it's a really big fight. Yeah, it's a big fight, but at the same time, he said, not falling off bicycles, are you? L9 falling off no bicycles. Hey, look, man. Yeah, I think that fight is on. Yes, I do. I think it's exactly what Leonard Ellerby said, man. See, I keep forgetting people do not watch all the news. Look, I think that fight is on. Yes, I think that fight is on. When the way that they're talking about it, that fight is on. But we'll see when they actually announce it. You know, at the same time, it could be on today, and they can turn around and something happens and everything falls apart. But no, I'm not falling off no bicycles, man. I'm not getting on no bicycles. But I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind getting on a bike. I would ride a bike, and it ain't that bad. You know what I mean? At what point do they threaten to force mandatories or start stripping them? Probably at the end of the year, if they don't do it before the end of the year. But you know, it's not been that long. We're living in a 24-hour news cycle or a 24-hour talk cycle. It feels like last week to this week is a long time, but it's really not. You know what I mean? From last week to this week is not a long time. Somebody can say something next week, and then somebody else says, "Oh, well, it's really not," and they're like, "Oh, we don't really know what's going on." Look, man, what was the date that Errol fought Yordenis Ugas? Wasn't that like 2 months ago, 3 months ago? He fought Yordenis Ugas. So within he'll wind up fighting the guy within, you know, when did he fight him? When did he fight him, man? Hold on. I'm almost getting unirritated. Yeah, but that's usual for him not fighting for a year. He's been doing that for the last several years, fighting once a year. I don't think that it bodes well for him, but hold on. One second. Yeah, he fought in April. So he fought 3 months ago. So it'll be like 7 months. Yeah, it'll be like 7 months. It'll be like 7 months. If they fight in November, it'll be 7 months. That's not a long time to wait after a fight. 7 months. 6 months for him would have been in October. Would have been in October. If it's in November, it winds up being 7 months from the time that he fought. That's not a long time to make a fight happen, man. It's really not. It's the next fight because they fight twice a year. If they fight twice a year, that's once every 6 months. You know, it'll be the second time he fought in a year, once in April and once in November. That actually makes sense, man. So, you know, I just think that a lot of times we get wrapped up in, like, people talk about boxing every day. So you're gonna hear a lot about the fight, you know. Top boxers fight 2 times a year max. Yeah, Canelo will fight 3 because he'll grab a fresh tomato can at the end of the year, like a real easy one. You know what I mean? What did Rise podcast say? I'm sorry. Hold on, man. Where Rise go? The Rise podcast. Hey, Stacey McClain, much love in that super chat. Thank you so much for that support. It means a lot. Thank you. Thank you. You said, Rise asked, do I think that whether the Rolly and Errol can fight? No. It's a fight that won't sell. It's a fight Errol's not going to take. You know, if Errol, do you think Rolly and Spence could really happen? No, I don't think it will happen. I guess it could happen, but it won't happen. No. Rolly just got knocked out by Gervonta, man. Errol's not going to fight that guy. Is not going to fight that guy. Errol's not going to fight that guy. He honestly, though, I'll tell you what, I think he's got a better chance with Errol, though. He got a better chance than a lucky shot with Errol. He also got a better shot of really winding up in the hospital. You know what I mean? Not no get up where am I type stuff. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm rocking my mama's cup again. I'm rocking my mama's cup. this fine day, bro. If anything, Frank will fight him, yeah, but he ain't gonna want Frank, man. Those guys ain't gonna he ain't gonna feed himself to Frank. He's looking to get another shot at the belt. But if he says he's going up to 140, his career is a wrap. No joke. His career is a wrap, bro. Hey, Shoney G said, did y'all hear what Angel said about the reasons why Danny lost with the excuses? Hey, look, man, everybody's got a reason, man. Everybody's got a reason. Ain't nothing wrong with it. But look, man, he'll get in there again. He'll lose again. He didn't even fight a full-fledged arrow. Didn't fight a full-fledged, all the way ready to go type arrow. So, it is what it is. It is what it is with all of that. You thought, what's with the COVID? Oh, yeah, because, I mean, that's tough, man. That COVID was tough, man. God dog, COVID was tough, man. COVID was really, really tough, man. Living in that prison for 2 years, man, whoo-wee. COVID, though, no, that's real, man. You get locked up in your house all that time. You can't go anywhere. Your whole, man, that's serious, man. It's a lot of people had mental health issues with COVID, man. You know what I mean? I mean, it is what it is, man. It was tough, man. That's tough. Whole lot of people had a lot of issues pop up during COVID, man. You can't go outside. You got to wear gloves, mask. People are afraid of catching a disease. It'll kill you. People's family members dying. It was really brutal, man. You know what I mean? No, that was his excuse. Like other fighters weren't dealing with it. Yeah, but everybody was dealing with it. So he didn't say, it doesn't mean that that he was alone. You're just saying that could have affected his performance, and it could have. It's not, yeah, but and if we all did, so we should know. It don't mess with, but he said, I heard it's monkeypox now, man. Look, dude, man, these guys gonna come up. There's gonna be something all the time. Seriously, man, there's been a healthcare scare my entire life, bro. Entire time, man. If it wasn't in the 1970s where it's killer bees coming to get you, then it's herpes. Then it's AIDS, then it's bird flu, then it's whatever was between that and COVID. Then it's gonna go to monkeypox. It's something all the time, man. It's something all the time, bro. Something all the time, man. Something, you know what I mean? My entire life, man. Am I vaccinated, brother? Yes, I am. I still caught COVID though, but yeah, I got to go get some boosters. Yeah, mad cow disease, bird flu, H1N1. It's just it's going to be that all your entire life, man. Trust me. Good morning. Good morning, Fanon. Blessings, brother. Blessings to you, bro. Oh, yeah. Don't forget anthrax. Yeah, I mean, it's just everything, man. It's everything. Swine flu. It's like everything. It's always something, man. Always something. It's always something, bro. So, but anyway, man, let's get to this boxing talk, man. I almost want to let Cass on and chop it up this morning. Hate it or love it said, morning, Fanon. Who do you think Wilder should come back and fight? I don't think AJ fight is as big as it was before. Oh, I think it's a huge fight. It may not be as big, but it's a big fight. And who do I think he should fight next? I don't care. I don't care. Yeah, exactly, man. Support Super Chat Thursdays. I appreciate y'all for the support, man. I can't tell you what Gervonta's next fight is. I can't tell you. Not Chisora, man. I don't want to see no Chisora fight, man. Chisora already, man, he'll kill Chisora, man. You know what I mean? He'll kill Chisora. Hey, thank you so much for that support, brother. He says Spence is the top dog in boxing right now. In my opinion, I don't think the biggest fight in boxing is Errol and Bud. I think it's Errol and Canelo. Also, Errol is going to beat Bud convincingly. Oh, I agree with everything you said. I mean, I'm getting away from the predictions on the fights, though, Terrell, because seriously, Terrence Crawford fans have just annoyed me to no end. So I have literally said for the last maybe the last 3 months that fight could go either way. And I just wanted to see how long it goes before anybody catches that's what I'm saying. But they never catch it. They complain. You're so pro Arrow. You're so pro Arrow. So it's like, God dog, man. Y'all don't nag me. Y'all nag me out of the fun of talking about the fight, bro. With all that stuff. But yeah, is Errol is the biggest in fighting right now? Yeah, man, he is. Him and Gervonta Davis. And Gervonta Davis is it's a serious, interesting scenario with Gervonta. Really interesting scenario with Gervonta. Errol is beaten, has everybody in the world that he can fight. These other guys are just going to be clout chasing Gervonta till it's just, till he's bone dry, man. It's like, it's crazy. It's how much of that stuff is going around, man. What's up, 3,000 Mr. Big in the building? What's going on? But Terrell W, thank you so much for your support in that super chat, brother. It means a lot, brother. Lowe said, leave that for Saturday. The chat calling in makes it dope. One day a week. Yeah, man. Yeah, for sure. We'll be out there with that tomorrow, man. I don't know issue about boxing. He said, I guarantee the Tank will fight a Mexican or another of Hispanic descent. Yeah, I mean, that ain't hard to calculate. Shoot, who isn't? You can't mean. Yeah, man. Yeah, probably. At those weight classes, yeah, probably. Hunter Young said, I went to the doctor and they told me I had COVID and the flu. I was thinking, oh, so the flu had to jump its funky ass in on it. You said you got COVID and the flu. Man, much love in that super chat, bro. Man, that's wild. You got stuck with COVID and the flu. I actually started feeling a little bit sick again this morning, man. I was like, man, I guess it's just not, it's not all the way over. Any news on Boo Boo? Yeah, Boo Boo has been mandated to fight. What's that guy's name? The Kazakhstani guy. What's that dude's name? The Kazakh guy. I can't remember his name, man, but he just got ordered to fight that guy for his WBO title. The guy, the Kazakhstan guy, Kazakh style. What is his name? Yeah, Janibek. There you go. Thank you, man. Yeah, Janibek. Yeah, he's gonna fight Janibek. He got ordered to fight Janibek. So yeah, but more than likely he's not gonna fight Janibek. They trying to take his belt with that Janibek. Janibek looked like he's a real rough character, man. Looks like a real rough character right there. I ain't gonna lie. King Larry said Floyd said Ryan and Tank can happen by the end of the year, but it's got to be 135. Yeah, obviously, man. That's why I know he doesn't want the fight, man. He doesn't want the fight, man. Doesn't want the fight. You know what? I need Devin Haney, man, to get me motivated this morning. I need Devin Haney, dog. I think I need to talk about Lord Devin Haney, bro. It's more interesting, man. Man, I was having fun yesterday making fun of y'all, man. But I don't want to get on it, man. You can't have the advantage. What are you talking about? Wilder will destroy. Oh, Tony T said Wilder will destroy Chisora. Yeah, dog. I might have to talk about Lord Haney for a second, man. Get me in a better mood, dog. Let me get in a better mood. Talk about Lord Haney real quick, man. Matty Yole in the building. What's going on, brother? How you feeling, man? Nah, Devin's not ready. He can't take the fight. He can't take the fight. So all of that's just out the window, bro. Nah, I didn't check him out on the Boxing Voice, man. Nah, I didn't, man. No, dog. There's only so much because I don't want to go on and on and on and on and on and on about it. But no, I didn't check him out, bro. I didn't check him out. All I know is I have a suspicion what happened, bro. Because I have a suspicion I know what happened, man. Hey, man, these Super Chat Thursdays, brother. Thank you for y'all for tipping y'all hat on the Super Chat Thursday, man. He said there's really no one for Wilder to fight. Should have fought AJ when the fight was in high demand. Hope the same thing doesn't happen with Errol and Bud. Yeah, man, they really should have. Anthony Joshua should have fought him too. No doubt. Anthony Joshua should have fought him too. And y'all, hold on 1 second, man. Much love in that Super Chat, bro. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna make myself mad, but I know this kid did not do this. Hold on. Man, I'm back. My bad. Sorry about that. I really wish I love my wife to death. I really wish she wouldn't have pulled me in on that, man. Everybody trying to box Tank, but then downplay him and say he hasn't done anything, and says Devin makes the most money in 135. If Tank has nothing to offer, no belts, why everybody chasing him from 130 to 140? Because he has everything to offer, David Hill. That's why. That's why. Because he doesn't, because he has everything to offer. And all that other stuff is a bunch of yap. And it really is a bunch of yap. A bunch of yap. And people switch up between Devin making a ton of money and Devin having a slave contract at the same time. So, look, man, the thing about Devin Haney fans is they're terribly inconsistent. Terrence Crawford fans are very consistent. Errol Spence Jr. fans are very consistent. Anthony Joshua fans are consistent. Deontay Wilder fans are consistent. Devin Haney fans are wildly inconsistent. Wildly inconsistent. They're inconsistent about what they say is going on with Devin. You cannot be taken advantage of and be the greatest young businessman ever. Right? You can't be killing the game and being taken advantage of at the same time. But with them, he can be. He's made all the right moves. He's made more money than everybody. But at the same time, he's the new Archie Moore. Dog, I swear when I saw them cats put up the modern day Archie Moore, honestly, man, that put a nail in my heart and prevented it from me ever really truly being a gigantic supporter of him. Because that shit was worse than when people said Lomachenko was the greatest fighter ever. And you discounted all of the things that all these other guys did. You know what I mean? When they did that, but then when they said Devin Haney fans out their own pie hole poured out that man was the new Archie Moore. In the same time, talking about how he's killing the game, he's the youngest promoter in the game ever, how he's making more money from DAZN than everybody else is making. How can you be that and the modern day Archie Moore at the same time? You cannot. You know what I mean? You cannot. So at that point in time, I was like, you know what, man, y'all really blowing it, man. You know what I mean? You're blowing it. You're overselling them, and you'll sell them no matter what. So, like, even this scenario right here, it's like, how could you? I didn't listen to Bill's interview, but how can you say that Gervonta and Ryan are ducking you when you have a fight that you have to already have in October? How's that even possible? You can't get out of your fight. You can't. It can't. There's not enough money to buy out George Kambosos and still have a fight. You would be going into debt to fight. You need a bank loan. You'd be like, excuse me, can you loan me $5 million so that, or you'd have to tap out your bank accounts or put a serious dent in your bank account and give all your money to George Kambosos so that you could then go be the B-side on a fight with Gervonta Davis. Something we know is not happening. So why act like it's happening at all? It's just on its face not going to happen. And we see it. It's on its face. It's not going to happen. On its face. It's right there. No, you got to fight already. And you can't get out of it in that way. Paul Carrick, what's going on, bro? Much love in that super chat, brother. Thank you so much for your support, bro. He said, my Bison brother knows all. If there's a rematch clause and Errol wins and wants to go to 154, does Bud fight him there, or is it a mandatory at 147? I don't know, man. That's interesting. I don't know. I would suspect that they would have to fight. I would suspect they could agree with whatever they wanted to agree to. They could agree to whatever they want to agree to. It's still the same ring, but you can't fight for those. You can't fight for those belts at 154. You know what I mean? So the belts would still be gone if they decide to have it in a different weight class. But if that's what they're going to do, that's what they're going to do. You know, but I would have a suspicion it would be for 147 twice. I would suspect, because I think that the rematches would be around their belts. But I don't know, man. I do think we're going to get a multiple fight deal, though, Kind of like what Tim Bradley said. I do think that we're going to get multiple fights, though. I believe that. Man, I really wish that she would not do that stuff to me. I cannot get. Man, that's frustrating. I'm telling you, man, that's frustrating. To be asked about something you can't do anything about. Rock T. Ballista said the belts would be off if they agree on another weight. Yeah, the belts would be off. Hold on one second. Shut up. Sorry, I meant. God dang, these fucking dog. All right, man, I got to get in a better mood, man. Somebody say something funny to me, man. I just feel so disrespected by everybody right now, bro. Like, everybody knows that this is what I do. I got dogs in the house I don't want here. Like, I'm getting calls about stuff I can't do anything about. Freddie, hey, what's going on, Freddie? Jimenez say, good morning, Martin. Just tuned in. It's on in November. EJ, it's on for November. Isn't that a song or something? Is that a song? It makes sense to put all the belts on the line. Yeah, it does. But they will for the first one, because for Undisputed, they probably would for the second too. JT said, Fanon, you saw Crawford says Errol makes adjustments just like he does. I didn't hear him say that, but yeah, I mean, I know that I think I saw the headline that he said that. But yeah, dude, Bud doesn't make stuff up. You know what I mean? The Rise podcast said Coach Calvin and Coach Bullet, who wins? Oh, give me Coach Calvin. Give me Coach Calvin. Fanon, who hits harder, Devin or a 7-year-old Tank? I was waiting for that question. Devin does. But I don't know who hits harder, a 7-year-old Tank or a 14 or a 16-year-old Haney. I don't know. Probably Haney. You know? I'm pretty confident. I am fairly confident that he would knock out a 7-year-old. All right. I'm not going to discredit that man like that, bro. Hey, George Wood says Super Chat Thursdays. Have a great day, even family. The people you can a headache. I'm sorry. Super Chat Thursdays. Have a great day. Have a great day, even family. The people you can a headache. Anyway, God bless. Thank you, brother. Oh, I swear to God, man. I swear, man. I swear, dude. I swear. I'm like, I know who's calling me right now with some headache to give me in the middle of needing to do something, man. Ryan, let me get back to this. A bare knuckle bout, Chuck Norris at his age or Devin Haney. Oh, Devin Haney over there. Come on, man. I'm not going to disrespect the bro. I'm going to kick this fucking dog out this house. I swear to God. I swear I'm going to kick this dog. I don't want to kick this dog. But I'm about to kick this dog. Like, I hate this dog. This little schnauzer dog, this little hot dog, I can't stand this dog. Why do you keep yapping it? I hate this dog. Hold on one second, man. I'll be right back. Woo! Sorry, man. No, I didn't forget I was on mute. I knew I wasn't on mute. I didn't kick the dog. Woo! Swear to God, man, this dog, man. I can't have this dog no more, man. I cannot have these dogs, man. No more, bro. I can't have these dogs in this house no more, man. I swear to goodness, bro. It's just on me, man. He said, bark harder than Devin's bite, man. Hey, I'm sorry, man. What is he? What's TFD? What's FTD? He said, don't end up on, man, I'm never going to hit no dog, bro. Man, I'm a little itty bitty dogs. I'm not going to do none of them dogs. I love it. I mean, I don't love them dogs, but would never do anything to a dog, bro. Anyway, said Freddie Man said it was a great video you put in your IG where the 7-year-old knocks out the other kid. 7-year-old Tank. Yeah. Oh, man, that dude can go, bro. Who said Michael Vick block him? Man, please. I ain't going to hit no dog, bro. I just will tell you. You got to threaten them. They got to know. Okay? First of all, I said F that dog. First of all, the dog got to know. I said shut up. And I mean shut up. Stop it. Now, you don't hear Zeus barking when I'm talking. You don't hear my other dog barking. You only hear that little obnoxious dog barking. I'm trying to tell you. It's not even two. There's two. But there's one that is just flat out stubborn. This little dog is flat out stubborn. Will do what this dog wants to do. This dog literally will shit somewhere to piss you off. Will crap to piss you off. It's a very, very smart dog, bro. It's a very, very smart dog with a very, very, what do you call it? Contentious personality. And I'm like, look, dude, you're so little. Oh my, terribly spoiled. Terribly, terribly, terribly spoiled. Wants to be right up underneath you. It's them hot dogs, a Dotson, little hot dogs, them little hot dogs. You know what I'm saying? Little hot dogs. It's like, man, look, dude, you are going to push it to me, man. I'm telling you, I ain't playing with you. I'm an animal too. You know what I mean? For now, be holding out them table scraps. Nah, dog, I don't get them, man. Look, I don't let them dogs get on my lap. I don't let them dogs get on my couch. I don't let them dogs get on my bed. I don't let them dogs start yap all day. I don't do it, bro. Hey, it sounds like a wall mount to me. Nah, bro. He said, good for field goal. He said, I had to set a contract with my wife about not having dogs inside the house before we got married. Oh, for real? Oh, man, look, dude. Yeah, I would never touch it. I would never hurt no dog, man. I'm not going to kick no dog, no little dog like that. No way. Yeah, little sausage dogs, but I will scare the dog. I will let the dog know who's boss. Hey, Jeff Campbell said, boxing, please. Yeah, man, we back to boxing, man. Talk boxing with me. It's been tough because nobody's allowed me to do it this morning. He said, natively black Falcon say, he said, and you damn sure don't let it lick your face. Hell no. Heck, no, I don't let it lick my face, dog. It's a dog. Yeah. Sure, you want? No, I won't. Not no little dog like that. I'm not going to do. No, the most I ever did to my dog, I'll like slap Zeus on his muzzle. Like I'll go like this. It's like pop him right on his muzzle. Other than that, but I will tell you one thing. That little Yorkie I got, I hit him with a stick. Damn sure I did. That dog yapped at me, growled at me, dog. I picked up a little stick and pop. That's the last time that dog growled at me. That's the last time that dog acted like he wanted to bite me. You got that shit right. As soon as the dog act like he want to bite me, I'm gonna hit you. I'm gonna hit you with something too. You know what I mean? That dog ain't never do it again. It was right. It got right as rain right away. It's like, oh, you growling and snapping? Oh, okay, I got you. I went and got me a broom with a little untwisted that little aluminum thing. Bow. that dog started running. Bow. Caught him on that leg. That never gave me no more problems, bro. I said, does Fanon the boxer want to have all the belts or all the fans? I want all the fans. I would love to have all the belts, but I want all the fans. Easy money. I want all the fans. If they're paying, I want all the fans. I want all the paying fans. That's what I want. I want all the paying fans, and that's easy. Guess who else? Guess what else everybody else wants? They want all the fans. They'll take the fans over the belts any day, brother. Any day, man. Any day, brother. What did you think about Bronner's apology to Al and Steven? I didn't think anything of it, man. Dog, I don't care about all that stuff, man. That dude, look, let me tell you something, man. You knew he was going to do something. The question is, what did he do? And honestly, man, he showed up to the press conference and he made news in the press conference. Adrian Bronner is excellent at that. He's excellent at that. Excellent. Jeff Campbell said, pay me too, support me. Yeah, exactly. No, man, I would much rather have Much rather have fans than the belts. What good does it do you have the belts if you don't have any fans? Not a lot, other than you got to give them a chunk of your money, No, man, I would much rather have that, man. And so would everybody else. That's just obvious, man. But here's the thing. Devin has got to get his way all the way through that. He's got to get himself all the way through his contractual situation, and then the fans will be there for him. You know what I mean? Even if he's not a knockout. Pound for Pound Boxing said they'll call you a casual for saying that. Let me tell you something, Pound for Pound Boxing. Anybody that calls me a casual fan is an idiot, and they're not worth listening to. How can I possibly be a casual boxing fan? That holds no weight. Oh, you're a casual. How is that possible? Literally dude will say, you've done 569 videos about Terrence Crawford. You're a casual. How is that possible? How can I do a live stream every day for 2.5 hours, talk boxing to thousands of people, get up, do 3 other boxing videos a day, talking about different subjects in boxing? How in the world can I be casual? That's what I told you guys. That's what I was telling people about yesterday. Look, man, some of y'all are some functional illiterates, okay? And you just talk, and you don't think about what you're actually saying. None of us are casual boxing fans. We're not. None of us. Nobody that comes to this show on a regular basis talking about boxing is a casual boxing fan. No way, no shape, no how. If you are a casual boxing fan, you do not know who Devin Haney is. You casually speaking about things you know. That's not a casual being. The casual is connected to boxing. You're a casual boxing fan. Fanon, Rise Podcast said, Fanon, I know you did it previously, but can you break down the Ali Act and how it applies to Haney versus Tank? I already said I don't think it does in any way, shape that I can see. The Muhammad Ali Act is really tries to accomplish 2 things. One is it creates a firewall between the fighter, the manager, and the promoter, and it prevents the promoter and the manager from getting in cahoots to take advantage of the boxer. So you cannot be both the promoter and a manager of a fighter, because the promoter's job is to get fights, and they have an adversarial relationship with a boxer. The manager's job is to represent the best interest of the fighter exclusively. So when you would have things like people who would be both the manager, how? And then the other side of the Ali Act is the rankings, is the ranking system. The ranking system, and making sure that all of the sanctioning bodies have a legitimate ranking system that where people have a legitimate ability to get up in the ranking systems. What does the Muhammad Ali Act have to do with Devin Haney being in a contract with George Kambosos? I don't even understand how that could possibly be. Am I bleeding? Oh, I got some I got some beet juice that I drink in the morning. I was like, dang, did I chop my finger? That's what I thought, but they keep saying it does. What do they say? Somebody let me know what they say in the sentence. The Ali Act is so desperately needed in the MMA and UFC. Yeah, it is. But they have complete ownership of it. Look, if they keep bringing up the Ali Act, that's to confuse you. So, because people don't know what the Ali Act is. But what would the Ali Act have to do with? You're talking about it has something to do with Devin and Tank? That they're going to say that they're violating the Ali Act by keeping Gervonta? I mean, please let me know. Keep saying how the Ali Act allows them to take the best offer. No, it does not. That is patently untrue. No, it does not allow you to take the best offer. No, it does not. You can sign away. Your rights in the Ali Act. No, it does not. The Ali Act does not act. How? It means you can take the best offer. That's not true. Otherwise, Deontay Wilder, think about this. Otherwise, there is no enforceable rematch clause in the United States. How's that possible? How did Deontay Wilder force a rematch out of Tyson Fury? If the Ali Act prevents Deontay Wilder from having an executable rematch clause. It has nothing to do with that. Now, there is lengths of contracts and how long you're able to actually sign for a contract, but a one-fight rematch clause is not going to bring that into question. From what I recall in my reading of the Ali Act, and I did read the Ali Act. I don't remember every little bit of it, right? But I know that there's something in there about how long you can keep a fighter under contract. Like, you can't sign somebody to a contract, and the boxer is basically signed something away for the rest of their career. Like what happened with Joe Louis, where he gave 10% of his purse away for the rest of his career. Like, things like that probably are prevented by the Ali Act, but not him being able to. Like, you mean you can sign a contract with somebody, set your agreement, and then because you get a better offer, that contract doesn't mean anything? No, man, they just talking, man. They're just talking. There's no way that you can say, okay, I will fight you provided I have a rematch clause, and the other guy can walk around and say, oh, I'm sorry, I got a better offer. But you already agreed. You have to complete your deal. You had already gotten what you got your fight in exchange for signing the rematch clause. You wouldn't have gotten the first fight or your paycheck if you had not signed a rematch clause. So you still have to satisfy you still have to give me the consideration that I deserve because I gave you the fight. See what I mean? They agreed. Devin Haney agreed to give the man a rematch in exchange for getting the fight and several other things. He agreed to get paid a certain amount of money. He agreed to fight in Australia, and he decided that he agreed that if what's going on Timothy Sotomayor, and he agreed that if George Kambosos fought him, that he would have to beat him. If Devin Haney beat him, then he would have to run another rematch, and he'd have to do it in Australia. He did that in exchange for the fight, in consideration for the fight. So how does he get out of that? Based on the Ali, Ali's act is not an excuse to breach a contract. You can have some agreements, like if you got somebody signing something under duress, and the contract is for 15 years, and 900 fights. Yeah, I'm sure there is something in there that will prevent that, but not, okay, we agreed to fight. We'd agreed to fight, in, when was it? In May. We're going to fight in May, and then we have a rematch in October, and you were like, nah, I'm sorry, I got a better offer. The Ali Act says I can do that. No, dude, they're just trying to convince you that it's somebody's ducking Devin, and it's just so over the top. But even if you could say, okay, then go do it. Go do it. Use the Ali Act to get out of it. However you get out of it, get out of it. But get out of it, right? Are you out of it? Well, no, I'm not out of it. Then what are you talking about people ducking you for then, if you're not out of it? See, I'm telling you, man, I'm telling you that Gary Russell's Jr. stuff, man, it come back to haunt you. All that Gary Russell Jr. act come back to haunt you, because it's the same play. It's everybody's ducking me, even though I've got another fight, because I want to keep my name out there in the public. We got to get more. We got to be able to sell more. We got to be able to sell tickets. We got to be a star, right? And using little gimmicks and tricks outside the ring to get ahead, and people catching on to that, man. And then the argument gets more desperate when you bring in the Ali Act as a reason to get out of a contract. It doesn't even matter, bro. Doesn't even matter. If it's the Ali Act, whether it's the Ali Act, whether it's you paying step aside money, whether it is George Kambosos just agreeing to step aside and do something else, whatever the case is, make it happen. Whatever the case is, make it happen. But until one of those things happen, either you exercise your rights under the Ali Act, You pay step aside money to George Kambosos, or George Kambosos of his free will walks away. You have to make those things happen before you can turn around and say Gervonta Davis is ducking you. Because he's not. You're not free to fight. You can't be unavailable to fight and have somebody duck you at the same time. You can't. And it's just dishonest to claim you can. And it makes you look bad, bro. I mean, it makes it look bad. But I told you it was coming. And that's why I'm telling you, man, I don't do that stuff, man. I'm not going to ride with I'm saying Devin Haney fans are really, really, really inconsistent. Inconsistent and unfair. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see being like thinking your guy is the man and can beat everybody and he's the champion and he deserves more credit because he's the undisputed champion and what all of that is fine and fair because that's all reasonable. It's reasonable, it's consistent, but when you start pulling out stuff that's just on its face not true. Come on, man, you even got Quincy Carter silent. You even got Quincy Carter up in here not saying nothing. Because man, you know. ATX Realist said, in my mind, the politics of boxing sucks. Fans want the best possible fights, but that is not the goal of promoters. It's never been the goal of promoters to give you the best fight. It's always to make money. If they're promoting an event, it's always to make money. Always to make money. And they will prevent the best fighters from getting fights. They will kill the notion of you being one of the best fighters, just like what they do with this pound for pound list. That thing is specifically designed. It's specifically designed to kill fighters' reputations by claiming that somebody that none of y'all ever watch fight is one of the best. Like, come on, man. Be Easy said, I saw a few reports that Haney and Kambosos will take place in October. Dude, more than likely that fight is going to happen in October if he doesn't fight Vasily Lomachenko. But it's just it's just dead space for Devin for the next year, man. It's just dead. It's dead space. It's just dead space, man. Bob Arum got him. Gotcha. And DAZN, let him out. This DAZN. If anybody, it's on DAZN. DAZN could have created a scenario with Devin much better than this, but DAZN let Devin down. At the end of the day, when they got all that money to make that fight, they didn't want to make that fight for Devin, and that's when Top Rank, they needed Top Rank to make that fight. And Top Rank said, looky here. I'm going to keep these belts. Yeah, I'll pay for this fight because that means I get all the belts. No worries. I'll pay for it. I got all the belts. Devin Haney is way better than Jermaine Taylor. That remains to be seen. If he's better than Jermaine Taylor. At this stage in their careers, I don't understand why. Jermaine Taylor beat a better competition than Devin did. I don't know that he's way better than Jermaine Taylor. Jermaine Taylor was an excellent fighter, bro. Excellent fighter. Excellent fighter. I don't know if he's a better one. I think you out here jumping to some conclusions in this mug. Another Bob production. Oh, yeah, Bob got him. Bob just got him, man. Hey, I got a great deal. What are you talking about, Jeff Campbell? He said, absolutely, especially when the Australian government is involved. Taylor doesn't want to play with. Oh, you talking about Josh Taylor? Why y'all talking about Josh Taylor all the time? All of a sudden. Why are you talking about Josh Taylor all the time? Yeah, Jermaine Taylor had pop. A way better boxer. I don't see why he's a better boxer. Jermaine Taylor's an excellent boxer. I don't get why he's way better than Jermaine Taylor. Jermaine Taylor's an excellent boxer, man. He could box. Very, very good jab. Very good straight right hand. Very good boxer, man. Very good boxer. And he could clean your clock. But he was a good fighter. I mean, at this point, at the point in the stage that Devin Haney's at, man, he's probably a little bit behind Jermaine Taylor. Because Jermaine Taylor beat Bernard Hopkins for Undisputed. That's a big win for Jermaine Taylor. A very, very big win. And he beat Jermaine Taylor. And by the way, he beat Bernard Hopkins twice. It's a legit win. It's a very, very tough situation. He didn't really, then he wound up and he fought Kelly Pavlik. He was beating Kelly Pavlik until Kelly Pavlik got him, though. Yeah, I'm saying, yeah, pretty much. Capital Mob Records said youngsters say the waggest thing. Haney ain't been around long enough to compare to Jermaine Taylor yet. Yeah, I mean, I just think that you look at the way, you may be looking at the way Jermaine Taylor's career panned out and just making an assumption that Devin Haney's career won't pan out something like that too. You know, there's all kind of fighters that start off fast, man, and things go pop. You know what I mean? Shoot, Miguel Cotto ran into Margarito, right? Ran into Pacquiao, ran into Floyd. You know, said he just got caught by Pavlik. Yeah, but Bernard Hopkins, yes, he did really win. What do you mean he didn't really win? He did really win. He won that fight. Yes, he did. And I'm pretty sure he beat him twice. Pretty sure he beat him twice. Hold on one second. Bad Intentions Taylor. Oh, he went out with his career with a little bit of a bang, man. But, you know, he's hurting. Boy, he beat Caleb Truex. Yeah, he beat Bernard Hopkins. Dude, he beat Bernard Hopkins twice. He beat William Joppy. He beat Winky Wright. Oh, he got Winky Wright. He's got Winky Wright and Bernard Hopkins on his resume. Those are two Hall of Famers, man, who are at the time were still in their prime. Come on, man. Come on, man. Give Jermaine Taylor's. Bernard Hopkins ruined his career. I believe that. I definitely believe that Bernard Hopkins ruined his career. Because I was ringside and saw what he was getting hit with. Dog, he was getting hit with something nasty. But no, you can't put Devin Haney over Jermaine Taylor yet. Not at this point in time in his career. That man beat Bernard Hopkins twice and he beat Winky Wright. 2 straight wins off Bernard Hopkins and Winky Wright. Those are three straight wins off Hall of Famers. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying Jermaine's a Hall of Famer. I'm saying he's got 3 wins off of Hall of Famers. He's got 3 Hall of Fame level wins in a row. Bing, bing, bing. You know what I mean? Devin, I'm telling you who Devin is. Y'all keep saying who Devin is. I'm telling you who Devin is. Devin is Corey Sanders. The closest thing you're going to get to Devin Haney is Corey Sanders. I'm telling you, it's Corey Sanders. Because you're going to see when he gets up there to 140 that there's going to be somebody pressuring that kid, man. And he is going to have to be able to really, really, really show it, bro, against certain people, man. And he's always susceptible to getting knocked out because he's not hurting people. The closest thing that I see to him is Corey Spinks. And Corey Spinks is a hell of a fighter, man. In the immortal words of Floyd Mayweather Jr., he's a hell of a fighter, man. He's a hell of a fighter. Native Black Faculty Conversation. What happened to Jermaine Taylor? I haven't heard of anything from him. Dog, I think he may be in a hospital, man. I don't want to. Jermaine Taylor's is dealing with brain damage. I wouldn't be surprised. Like, he's had a lot of like really, 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 man. Boxing did Jermaine Taylor very, very dirty, bro. He's not right in the head, man. I don't know if it was drug abuse, what it was, man, but really, like, that dude was like, he had just legal problem. Like, he had legal problems, you know, all kind of stuff, man. Corey Spinks had his moments. Corey Spinks had more than his moments. Corey Spinks is a very, very good fighter, man. He's an undisputed he's an undisputed champion, man. Welterweight champion. It's a great fighter, Corey Spinks, man. You know? Yeah, exactly. I hope he's okay. He was in some wars too. Yeah, a bunch of wars, man. Definitely awards, man. I'm telling you, man, he got his can dented. He got that can dented by Bernard Hopkins, man. He was never the same after that. If he had not had those brutal fights with Bernard Hopkins, man, he may have went up and beat all those dudes, man, and been able to take a punch. But tell you, Bernard Hopkins will ruin your career, bro. Bernard ain't no joke, man. Hey, Fanon, I was using my tablet sitting in bed. I should have typed. The people you love the most are a headache at times. Fanon, what are the two most honest boxing organizations? The two most honest? I just think there's one, the IBF. Beyond that, the WBC after the IBF. The IBF, then the WBC, then probably the WBO, then the WBA. I don't know, man. The WBO, like the WBC, I don't think is dishonest. Like, I mean, I don't know, man. I'll lump them all there, except for IBF, man. Nah, not the WBO, man. The WBO is so in the pocket of Bob Arum, bro. But maybe the WBO at this point. Maybe the IBF and the WBO, but the WBA is terrible, man. The WBC is pretty bad too. The WBA is terrible. The WBO is terrible, and the only one that I think is really the best is the IBF. Yeah, there you go. The IBO. There you go. I'll give it that. The IBF and the IBO. The eyes have it. You know what I'm saying? That's who I think George would. Hey, and thank you so much for your support in the super chat, bro. Means a ton. Thank you so much. I really got to tell you, these guys got to stop acting like I can make practices at 9 o'clock in the morning when I work. It's just not going to pop off, bro. Hey, much love in that super chat to my man, Greg Hogan in the building says, super chat not working. It's Holiday. Shout out Holiday. Thank you for that support, bro. Means a lot, brother. Thank you so much, man. Yeah, the IBO, man, because who cares? Yeah, the IBO has a belt, man. Their rankings are the absolute worst. But, these people know nothing about these organizations. What the F? What do you mean? Who knows nothing about the organizations? I know a little something about all of them. They all have a bunch of decisions. All of their ranking systems suck because they have completely different fighters in one ranking system than the other ranking system. So if these guys are all professional boxers, then you should be ranking the best fighters regardless of whether they write you a check or not. If you're going to actually rank them. So their ranking system sucks. You have the WBA who will allow Canelo to do whatever it is that Canelo wants to do, right? Canelo can do whatever Canelo wants to do. But then Leo Santa Cruz can't fight Ray Vargas. You know what I mean? So it's like, come on, man. You guys are real, inconsistent. Very inconsistent. Kind of like Devin Haney fans. Very, very inconsistent is what I would say. You need that colorful belt. Who's the colorful belt? I mean, my favorite, but I'm going to tell you, honestly, my favorite sanctioned body is the WBC. WBC is just, they lean heavy towards champions, certain champions, and they definitely show favoritism based on the money. Obviously the WBC franchise belt was terrible, like a terrible decision. So was this ridiculous bridgerweight nonsense that they're pulling. It's like, man, you guys are just, you think you own boxing. That's probably the biggest thing about the WBA is that they act like they completely own the sport. Like they side with if somebody is cheated, like blatantly cheated, if that person has like a powerful promoter, they're not going to do anything about it. So yeah, to me, that's kind of where I feel with that's kind of what I feel about the WBC. The WBA, dog, they're obviously for hire. The WBO is 100% Bob Arum and Eddie Hearn, and like will just completely. They're like the WBO to me is kind of like Ring Magazine and ESPN's pound for pound list. No No PBC allowed. Like, no PBC allowed. Unless every once in a while, when they get busted and people get on them about it, they'll do something like order the fight between Sean Porter and Terrence Crawford. But more than likely, that was Bob Arum that wanted the fight ordered so that they can maybe have a pay-per-view where he can make some money off of Bud, on the way out. Get a big fight done by ordering it. I'm trying to tell you, man. It's just that's kind of what I think about all of them, which at the same time is funny because then everybody will turn around and say the belts are what matters, while pointing out how absolutely crooked all of the belts are, right? So you're not really the champion unless you've got these belts, but all of these belts are run by people that are completely corrupt. So if the belts belong to corrupt people, that would make the belts corrupt. And if the belts are corrupt, then why does somebody need the belts to prove that they're the best? It's like you have to be corrupt. It's like beating and outmaneuvering a corrupt system is mandatory for you to be the real man. That's why I'm saying Devin Haney fans are incredibly inconsistent. Inconsistency puts holes through all of your arguments. Side rule saying, and then the WBC made Haney the pride champ. He just pulled out a word, bro. You know what I'm saying? He just pulled out a word on that one. Rock T. Balista, thank you so much for your support, brother. Thank you, man. He said, appreciate the commentary for Non, live and in full effect. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that, man. Much love in that super chat, brother. Oz Boxing said, it's a sad state of affairs. Boxing still wild, wild west. It is, man. It is. But at the end of the day, man, all BS talks, money talks, BS walks. If it wasn't for these guys pouring in a ton of money into the sports on crap and using it to wash money, like that's the only thing that I can think about. Some of this stuff is that they really are just trying to lose money. Like the Zone looks like just a machine to lose money. Looks like a machine to lose money to me. And they're willing to pay all kind of different money to stop big fights from taking place. If all of this speculation about the future would end and people literally really had to sell tickets, dog, I'm trying to tell you, like, a lot of this stuff would not be popping off, man. But you see where it's leaving Devin Haney. All that smoke and mirrors stuff don't work, man. Smoke and mirrors, man. A lot of smoke and mirrors over there. That money, smoke and mirrors. I've heard Devin Haney makes $10 million a fight. I've heard he makes $1 million a fight. I've heard he makes $6 million a fight. I've heard that, like, just how much money does he make a fight? I have a suspicion he was getting what Ryan's getting, $2 million. Somewhere around, right where around Ryan's getting, around $2 million is what I suspect. Gary, he said, hey, much love in that super chat, brother. He said, Fanon, I see you still schooling these fools on boxing. This is the best boxing channel. Where do you rank my guy, Roy Jones, all time? I don't know, man. That's tough. Number 2, I would rank Roy Jones at number 2 since 1990, probably number 2 or 3. Floyd, then Roy. Something like that. Very, very high. But I can't do all time. What's wrong with 2 million? Nothing's wrong with 2 million. Ain't nothing wrong with 2 million. Nothing's wrong with 2 million. It's a lot of money. $2 million is a lot of money. It's a lot of money. I don't see anything wrong with 2 million at all. I wish somebody would pay me $2 million this year. I'd be happy as can be. TBE is TBE said, if he retired after Ruiz, it would be hard. Yeah, but see, I don't really even count that, man. I count what he did, man. I don't really go off of what people do when they're over the hill. I don't care. I mean, that is his loss to Glennoff Johnson and all that stuff, man. I know he's over the hill, so it doesn't bother me. I don't buy all of that. Like, I don't buy that. You don't get extra brownie points for quitting early. For me, you don't get extra brownie points for fighting too long. I'm going to judge you on what I think you were at your best. You know, I'm judging you off what I think you are at your best. And at his best, I think he's probably the second best behind Floyd at his best. You know, I'm not judging people based off what, like if Floyd made him, say Floyd jumped out and fought somebody and lost, right? He decides he's going to get adventurous. He comes out and he says, you know what? I want to fight Errol Spence. He fights Errol Spence Jr. and he loses to Errol Spence. Right? Fights Errol Spence. Man, shut up, man. Look, man, I don't do all time, Mr. Giggles. I don't do all time. Let me repeat this. I do not do all times. I don't do it. But I got to check you. I got to check you first. All right, you've been around. I still think you're that obnoxious ass jackass. However, you've been around for a little while. Look, man, you can't even do all time. You can't do all time. You're not good enough to do all time. I don't have any hair to pull out. I'm not yanking my eyebrows for nobody. Look, you're not good enough, Mr. Giggles, to do all time. I'm not good enough to do all time rankings. Okay? I'm not. I would have to study for probably a year before I feel like I am good enough to be able to do all time. All right? So leave me alone with this all-time stuff. Leave me alone with the pound for pound crap, because that's make-believe. Leave me alone. Leave me alone with all this all-time crap. You tell me who's better, Mr. Giggle, you punk. You tell me, boy. I'm not taking no orders. You tell me who he's better than. That fought in 1930s. Who's better? You tell me everybody he's better than. How about that? How about you tell me who's better than him? Who he's better than? And list off, make sure you tell me, rank the idiots. Rank the top 15 fighters in the year 1923. Name them for me. When you can name the top 15 fighters in the year 1923, then I might believe that you know enough about boxing to compare everybody in 1923 to Roy Jones Jr. Can you? See, unlike you, I don't overestimate what I'm capable of doing. I listen to scrapbook boxing, and a whole bunch of times I've never heard of the people he's talking about. Whole bunch of times I've never heard I've never heard of the guy he's talking about. I still have a hard time remembering the top 5 heavyweights in 19 at the time Jack Johnson was fighting. I keep forgetting Sam McVeigh. You tell me why Roy Jones Jr. is better than Sam Langford. Explain that to me. There's nothing Roy Jones Jr. accomplished that Sam Langford didn't. I would take Sam Langford in the fight over Roy Jones Jr. from what I've seen and heard. What makes him better than Sam Langford? Do you know who Sam Langford is? Do you know where Sam Langford is from? Do you know who Sam Langford fought? Do you know who he lost to? Do you know who refused to fight him? Do you know why they refused to fight him? Any of that? But you want me to tell you that Roy Jones Jr. is the greatest fighter ever. The eye test tells you. How does the eye test tell you? First of all, Tsunami. Hey, Joseph Furlong, much love in that super chat. How does the eye test tell you they're better than somebody that's not recorded? How can you tell me? How could you say that the eye test tells you that Roy Jones is better than somebody you've never seen fight? So if you would not mind, I'd like to stick, when I'm talking about Roy Jones Jr., I'd like to stick to people maybe from 1980 up. You know, somewhere around 1980 up. And let's leave alone the other 200 years of boxing that most of us don't know very much about. Okay? How about that? How about we pay respect to people and just don't even pay respect to people? Just admit do not say things you don't know the answer to. You don't know. Exactly. It's an assumption. It's just an assumption. You don't know whether or not he's better than these guys because you've never seen him fight. That's it. You know what I mean? Said, bro, I wasn't even born yet. Exactly. Nobody alive was born yet. Hold on one second. All righty. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Muhammad Ali is the greatest. He told him himself. Yeah, there you go. Pernell Whitaker was the best of the 90s for sure. I mean, honestly, I was sitting there thinking about Pernell Whitaker's too. Mr. Giggles, I'm not answering any more questions of yours, brother. Matter of fact, you're on timeout. I don't want to say, be quiet. You didn't answer my question. I'm not following into your you tell me things so I can shoot you down crap. Okay, sorry. You had your second, bro. Oh, you're out of here, Tsunami. So, see you later, dummy. See you later, Tsunami. There's a video on YouTube, dummy. See you later, Tsunami. Wave your ass off coast. You know what I'm saying? Wave your ass over there off course. See you later, homie. It's on YouTube. Yeah, there's some grainy old picture of Yeah, there's a grainy picture of Sam Langford on the internet. Yeah, there is. With his arms moving like this. And then it blacking out. Yeah, you saw a whopping 30 seconds of Sam Langford. You saw a whopping 30 seconds of an old Sam Langford. You know what else is on tape? Roy Jones Jr. getting laid out flat on his face. That's on the internet too. Okay? I was in Memphis and watched him get laid out flat on his face. Real full time. I saw it. That's on the internet too. Roy Jones Jr. getting laid flat out on his flat out face first. That's on the internet. I've seen him. Man, stop it. Most of the tape on those guys are not in existence. Hold on. First of all, who let these damn dogs back in the house? Why are you in the house? Alex, you not let those dogs back in the house. All right, sorry about that. I'm back. Hey, Tank need to release a hair gel after he KOs Ryan. Ah, that's funny, bro. Yeah, the dog. I'm sorry. Much love in that super chat, brother. Thank you so much for that support, bro. Terry Sue said we got to start a kennel fund. Seriously though, nah. I'm just not gonna. She's just gonna have to pay. She's gonna have to pay to keep these dogs next time. Like it's too distracting for me, man. It's too annoying for me. Now I've been in a bad mood all day long. Like my day started off bad, seeing my light on, burning my money at 3:00 in the morning. And then my wife calls me and says, "Oh, your son has to be somewhere. I know you can't take him. Just letting you know." Like, why are you just letting me know? Please get off of that. Please, 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 please. I got to get my wife off of that email group. Anyway, Naj Birmingham said, what up, Fanon? I just got back from Australia, bro. The internet don't work too good down there. I've been trying to holler at you. What's up? Okay, that's what's up, Mr. Birmingham. Thank you, brother. What's going on? What's good with you, bro? Floyd is a lightweight, but would still beat Spence. Hey, man, maybe he would. I'm also not saying Spence is the greatest fighter of all time. You know? I just wish we get off of that nonsense, man. You know, get out. You don't know, man. You don't know. The best we can talk about is who's fighting right now. Who's the best fighter right now? Right now, I have a suspicion that the best fighter in boxing is, I don't know why Shakur Stevenson popped into my head, but it may be Shakur Stevenson. I think maybe the next guy that could be the best fighter in all of boxing is clearly the best guy could be Shakur Stevenson. If Shakur Stevenson gets an opportunity to fight these guys, it could be him. Or it could be Jaron, or it could be Gervonta. You know what I mean? It could be Errol. But see, with Errol, I just think Errol beats people. And when you do that, all that, like really analyze pound for pound and all that stuff, you know what I mean? He's effective aggression. And he's clean, effective punching, effective aggression, and ring generalship heavy. You know what I mean? You know, or and defense heavy. But you know, he's a pressure fighter. So that all around kind of thing, it's harder for me to get my eyes around for that. I just think he's going to beat everybody up. Nikki, I said, or you mean your internet didn't work? Didn't work. I think Australian internet, they probably got some real good internet somewhere someplace down there, man. Tony T says Shakur, Boots, and Bam are my current favorites. So yeah, they're very good fighters, man. No doubt about it, man. No doubt about it. Oz Boxing 22 said the problem is getting them to fight each other. No doubt. No doubt about it. Biko Basteen said Errol breaks people down. He's not a clean knockout fighter. Well, he has. He's definitely cleanly knocked people out before, without a doubt. Hey, I like that. Why do you even care who's all time? I mean, it's so hard to do, man. And you wind up getting in some of the dumbest conversations you can imagine, man. You know what I mean? Like, it's really tough. You wind up getting in really, 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 really convoluted conversations. Like, take for example, like Floyd, Ali versus Tyson Fury. Like, you say, okay, well, who's the best? And say Shakur Stevenson. Well, you know, I think Ali would have a really hard time. Yeah, under what circumstances will he have a hard time? What are the circumstances of the fight? Is the fight 15 rounds or is it 12? Are we fighting in a time where people are freely using performance-enhancing drugs? Or are we fighting in a time when they're not? Because I would say that if you had to fight 15 rounds and you couldn't be on that juice that he's on, that it may be harder. It may be a lot harder for him to fight 15 rounds, moving around and doing all that stuff. Where a guy that is, say, 215 pounds may be able to stay on the outside, move, avoid you until you get tired. And then all of a sudden, he can start laying in on you and hitting you with all kind of stuff because you're gassed. You know what I mean? Because you're carrying around 280 pounds for an extra 3 rounds and you ain't on no juice. You know what I mean? Because these guys be juicing. These big-ass dudes be juicing. A lot of that muscle on their body, all that muscle on their body that they are being able to build and keep up, Man, a lot of that stuff is your modern science, right? Conditioning is different. Conditioning is the change, is different. Well, yeah, but what if you put these guys under the same conditioning? Right? I mean, how do you do that? How do you account for that? What about 70-round fights? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're so, well, man, Roy Jones Jr. will beat Sam Langford. Yeah, but over 70 rounds? What if they fought 70 rounds? What do you think is going to happen if they fight 70 rounds? Right? What's going to happen to Roy over 70 rounds? Because those guys are fighting till you drop. They're fighting till you drop. And guess what? If you can get up, you can get back up and keep fighting. How's that going to work? How are they going to are they conditioned to fight 50, 60 rounds? You know what I mean? Those guys were fighting a lot of rounds, bro. They would be guys fighting 90 rounds. And guess when the round ends? The round doesn't end until somebody gets knocked down. Somebody got knocked down, the round ends. Can you recoup in between rounds? Right? What rules are you fighting under? Things like that, dude. You know, and you talk about gloves now. These guys are taking punches with guys that are fighting with napkins around their fists. Napkins. I mean, dog, you literally might as well take this little rag, do this, and you got the glove Sam Langford's hitting you with for 70 rounds. How do you know what Floyd Mayweather Jr. is going to endure during that? Well, that's why these guys wound up blind, wound up half dead. You know what I mean? Come on, man. And then they got to go out and do it the next week. So what's Floyd going to do if he fights 60 rounds this week, takes 2 wins, and 2 weeks later, he's got to fight another 60 rounds? You know what I'm saying? With COVID masks wrapped around, with a COVID mask wrapped around your hands. How you know? How you know what they're going to do? How you know for sure you're not going to get a broken jaw? You're not going to get a big gash. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. That's what I'm saying. You can't do all that. You can't do all of that stuff, man. Just can't do it. You got to give these guys credit for the time that they're fighting, man. And that's it. You know what I mean? That's it. You go too much more into any of that stuff, you're running over the lines, man. In my opinion, you're coloring over the lines, man. Hey, George Wood, much love in that super chat, bro. He said, question, there are knockout artists, but what about a TKO artist? Any champion who fought between the 2nd and 11th round in the Hall of Fame? TKO artist, I would say a TKO artist is Oscar De La Hoya. Much love in that super chat, bro. Oscar De La Hoya is a TKO artist. He will beat you into submission. So I said, not the COVID mask. I mean, dog, these guys was fighting in gloves so small, man. I mean, it's literally just rubber. It's rubber and gauze over their hands, man. And you got fighters now putting other fighters in pillows, man. So I ain't trying to hear all of that, man. Hey, Low Tower said Floyd wouldn't fight 60 rounds in a 3-year fan. He would if he wanted to earn a living back then, he would. Danny Garcia father said Andre Ward is a good fighter, but he retired too soon because he didn't want to keep getting hit. Yeah, he's a smart guy. He made enough money to not continue to get beat up on. Makes sense to me. The man had been fighting since he's 11 years. He's been fighting since he's like 6, 7 years old. And he retired it when he was around 30, man. That's a lot of fighting, bro. You know what I mean? And I don't mind him retiring. That's good, man. Brother Pig said, not the COVID glove. Yeah, man, got them COVID gloves on, dog. We wearing, you know what I'm saying? We wearing, dog, women got more protection for their cycle than these dudes had for their faces back then. Aisha said, I believe Floyd could go rounds if anyone could. I think all these guys could. I think they all could, but I'm just going to tell you, it's, just depends on the circumstance, and what you're expected to do, what you got to do it. You know, people will do things, man, that are not easy in their life. I don't doubt that they could. And I do believe these guys are special athletes, extra, very, very good athletes. So, you know, they'll do what they got to do, man. John Boy in that super chat, brother. Thank you for that support, bro. Hey, Oz said that kid Tank punched his 7, retired that day. Oh, dog, he walked out of there that day, bro. He walked out of there that day. He walked out of that ring that second. He walked off cool too, trying to play that one off. But yeah, dog, his mama was probably like, "Oh no, you gotta put your hands up, son. You gotta put your hands up, dog." Bob, when you should have weaved, bro. Bob, when you should have weaved. John Boy in the building. Thank you, brother, for that support, John Boy. Means a lot. Means a lot, man. They didn't throw as many punches back then. The gloves were too thin. They all would have broken their hands. They threw a lot of punches, bro. What you mean those guys didn't throw a lot of punches, man? They threw punches. They were throwing punches the entire time, man. Yes, they were. They were not taking breaks and taking breathers and all of that, bro. Come on, man. I mean, they didn't throw. Hey, Floyd's hands couldn't make it for 60 rounds. Nah, dog. Not unless he had to take some breaks in between that. Come on, man. Those guys, how you mean they didn't throw any punches? You'd have seen Black. You just made that up, didn't you? You just made that up, didn't you? You just figured out, oh, well, they probably weren't punching very much. What would make you think they were not punching? But let me tell you something. Any and every time them dudes had an opportunity to hit that dude in the head, they were doing it. You better believe it. All right. Them dudes were punching, man. Come on, man. Don't just pull anything out, man. Don't just pull any old thing out. That's pulling any old thing out, bro. I can say that they didn't block the same. Oh, I think that they did block the same. I missed my mouth. I can say for sure they did. I'm an historian as well. Man, dogs, they didn't throw as many punches. Where are the punch stats, bro? Mr. Historian, where are the punch stats that tells you that Jack Johnson did not throw a lot of punches? Or Jack Dempsey didn't throw a lot of punches? The Manassas Mauler didn't throw a lot of punches. Where? Give me your source. I hate doing that to people. Give me your source. Like, look, dog, first and foremost, you ain't ordering me to do nothing just off the general point of me being a grumpy ass dude. You're not telling me to give you nothing. Okay? Said Tank is a cash cow, but Haney is the what champ? King. He ain't the king. So until Tank or anybody beats Devin, then Devin is the best lightweight at 135. That's not true. He is or he's not. And you don't know that he's the best. He's not fought Tank. He hasn't fought Lomachenko, so you don't know. You think he is, but you don't know that he is. He has an argument to say that he is, but you don't know that he is. You know, doesn't. You don't. Do not know. Do not know. You think he is, and it's plausible that he is, but you don't know that he is until they fight. You don't know if one fighter is better than any other fighter until they fight. And that's just what it is. However, Tank ain't no cash cow. Show me his pay-per-view numbers. Man, stop it. How about you? Hey, Truth Awakens. How about you put it in the super chat, brother? Put it in the super chat. And then put it in the super chat and I'll show you his numbers. There you go. Pay for the work, brother. If he's not a cash cow, how do you know? If you don't know what his numbers are already, how do you know he's not a cash cow? Yes, I did see his numbers, Truth Awakens. I did. Yes, I did see his numbers. Absolutely, positively, I saw his numbers. Yep. Yeah, I did. Yes, I did. And so did a lot of other people. 15,000 plus tickets sold in the Barclays Center when he fought last time. No, excuse me, 15,000. You clown. 15,000, you clown. 15,000, you clown, in LA. 15,000, clown, in Atlanta. I saw him sell out 5 different arenas, you clown. You're not a cash cow if you're not doing 500K pay-per-view buys better. That's nonsense. Nobody's doing that. Nobody's doing 500,000 pay-per-views or better right now. Nobody. Errol's not doing 500,000. So how is he not the cash cow? How you sell 40,000 tickets in a $5 million gate? How you doing $8 million gates and you ain't a cash cow? That's a lot of cash. Hey, dog, you're an idiot. Hey, see you later, guy. See you. We're rejecting all stupidity. See, buckle up. Get out of here, bro. You're not even talking boxing. You're dumb. So get out of here. Yes, gates mean a lot. Gates mean a lot. Thank you very much. Gates mean a lot. A lot. How many people actually put money in your pay to go see you, buy liquor, eat popcorn, all of that stuff matters. Yes, it does. So sorry about that. Yeah, he's a cash cow. Sorry, kid. Sorry doesn't break your definition of it. You got to do 500,000 pay-per-views. Man, let me tell you something. What if if Tank Davis ain't a cash cow, what is Devin Haney then? What's Devin then? What's that? When you can't even get on pay-per-view. Only 300,000 people paid $80 to watch him. Last time I checked, 80,000. Let's see. Like, dog, are you serious, man? John Bowie in the building again, holding down the chat. Much love, man. Hit them likes. Yes, sir, bro. Yes, sir. Hit them likes. And Mr. Birmingham said the most savage stand-up man championship belt goes to Fanon INT. This man likes money, but he can't be bought. You are a true character, bro. Hey, thank you very much, brother. Yeah, that is true. I can't be bought, bro. Unless, I mean, you could buy me for a lot of money, I guess, but I wouldn't like it. But let's do a quick calculation for the bums out there. This is for the bums. I wish I could rap, come up with a beat. This is for the bums out there. 300,000 times 80 equals $24 million. This is for the bums out there. That's $24 million. That's $24 million plus a $5 million gate. So plus $5 million equals $30 million between your pay-per-views. $30 million between your pay-per-view and your gate. $30 million. They exaggerated the numbers. How do you know they exaggerated the numbers? Dog, these are people that these are people that undercook everything about the PBC. Thank you very much. But now they're exaggerating them. Dog, by the way, you cannot exaggerate your gate. The gate is public record. All right? The gate is public record. You cannot exaggerate it because it's released by the state sanctioning by the state agency that sanctions the fight. If you fight in Texas, everybody knows how much you did because they release those numbers to the public. They don't release pay-per-view numbers to the public. They don't. But since they keep putting them on there, since they keep putting them on there, maybe they gave it a little success. Look, dog, in the lightweight division, there's not a bigger money maker than Tank. And that's when you're the cash cow, when you're making the most money. Not when you're getting paid the most money, when you're generating the most money. And the fact of the matter is, Gervonta Davis generates more money than anybody in boxing below the weight of 147 pounds. And he generates more money than anybody in boxing between the weights of 168 and 147. Okay? He generates more money than anybody in 175. He generates, let me tell you, all the weight divisions that the Tank generates more money than. Everybody at cruiserweight, everybody at light heavyweight other than Canelo, everybody at 168 other than Canelo, everybody at 160 except for if Canelo fights there. Everybody, more than everybody at 147. I mean, at 154. More than everybody other than Errol Spence Jr. at 147. Everybody at 140. Everybody at 135. Everybody at 120. Everybody at 130. Everybody at 126. Everybody at 120, at 118. Everybody more than everybody at 115, 112, all the way down to the little itty bitty guys. That's who Tank generates more money than, with 300,000 pay-per-view buys or 240,000 pay-per-views if you want to go with the absolute lowest number that there is and go to 240,000 pay-per-views, more than everybody. The only people that are generating as much money than him is a fight that takes place at the top level of the heavyweight division, a fight with Canelo Alvarez, and a fight with Errol Spence Jr. Other than that, he generates more money than everybody. So if that's not a cash cow, what is? And I know y'all don't like it. Because I don't like it. I don't like it. I wish it was all neat. I wish it was all neat. Rolly and Tank sold 100 to 200,000 buys. That ain't cash. Man, shut your raggedy ass up. Didn't nobody even give the numbers between 100 and 200,000. It's 100,000. You got 100,000 gap. Man, he sold somewhere between 10 and 300,000. Man, shut up, you clown. It's between 100 and 200. Yeah, you've got some accurate numbers. 100 and that's how you know somebody lying. Oh, between 100 and 200,000. And Rolly sold that fight. Oh, and man, see you later, brother. You're a dummy. I gotta go. You gotta go. Sorry, bro. See you later, bro. See you later, dude. I'm sorry, man. Truth goes back to sleep. Take your ass back to sleep. Truth. I can't talk to you about it no more, man. Yeah, it's just silly, man. But it's fun for a second. You know what I mean? It's fun. It's fun what lasts for a second, man. It really does, man. But anyway, man, I thank you to everybody that supports in the Super Chat and the Cash App. Means a lot. Thank you guys so much for y'all support, man. But nah, man, it is what it is, man. Some fools on here, bro. Like, dude, let me tell you, man. Everybody admits Tank's the cash cow. Everybody does. Nobody even doubts that he is, bro. Hey, John Boy said, thank you, old friend. Annoying AF. Oh, my God. Super annoying. Thank you, brother, for that support, bro. Man, and thank you so much for that support. I said, for now, Emmanuel Kansa said, Fanon, you are a real champion in boxing news. Very intelligent. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that, man. I try to be. Sometimes it gets hard. Today was very, very frustrating day, man. I cannot, my daughter let them dogs back in. I don't care what they do to the neighbors. If they annoy them neighbors, sit them dogs out on that back porch. Shut up, barking and yapping in my ear. Truth. Neil Rico said, you're fair and cool. I try to be, man. I try to be fair. You know, sometimes, you know, you can have a bias against people. You know, I got a bias against Dillian White. That's my bias, but thank goodness Dillian White is no more. Tyson Fury, one good thing came out of Tyson Fury having the belt. He beat the tar out that boy and got him out of my face. Very, very happy to see Dillian White no longer a serious conversation in the sport of boxing, because he was as annoying as he got. He was as annoying as they came. Be more patient said Haney only got $4 million from what he said, or his side comparison with Tank that gets that guaranteed, but Tank doesn't get $1 million. He only gets $1 million guaranteed. But since Haney not with DAZN, he won't be getting big money from no other promoters. Look, man, I'm going to tell you, man, he's probably not. He's probably not. It's going to be hard on Tank. It's going to be hard on Devin. Very, very hard on Devin, man. No joke. Because he's not an exciting fighter. I said that yesterday. He's not an exciting fighter. And he doesn't have a really big fan base. And he doesn't have a big fan base. If he had a big fan base, then it would be good. Wouldn't matter. People were just supporting him because they like Devin. But I'm telling you, Devin Haney isolated himself from a large swath of boxing fans. He really did. I'm telling you, man, because see, people, when all that stuff was going on with him and Gary Russell Jr., a bunch of loudmouths acting like I'm out there by myself. I wasn't out there by myself. There were a lot of people that were listening to what was going on, dog, and that turned them off on Devin. Turned them off. Because Gary Russell Jr. has a fan base. He does. He may not be getting the fights that people wanted, but he was an established fighter. And that dude came off real bad. And they shouldn't have. How and why? What do you mean how and why? How did he come off bad? Because, dude, when you start calling out people and people know you already have a fight set, let me explain to you, O2 Boxing, just like what's going on with Gervonta. People know that Devin Haney has a fight with George Kambosos. People know that. Don't they? Thousands people know that's the truth. You can say that, oh, it's not the truth, but everybody knows it's the truth. You said you had the fight. The date, you guys, whether or not it's going to be in October or not, we don't know. But ahead of the fight with George Kambosos, everybody knew there's a rematch clause. So when you say you have a rematch clause, everybody knows you have a rematch clause, but then you turn around and act like you don't have a rematch clause 5 minutes after the fight for the sake of claiming that somebody's ducking you. People are going to be like, dude, come on, man. You got a rematch clause. How can you say this guy's ducking you? You're saying something that's not true. And no matter what that happens, that affects people's opinion of you. It does. When you get caught lying, you got caught lying. That will affect people's opinion of you. It will. Especially when you're talking about people that have fan bases. The fact of the matter is, in order for Devin Haney to be a big name fighter, he's going to need Gervonta Davis's fan base. He's going to need that fan base. And that's the truth. He's going to need that fan base. Win or lose, you're going to need that fan base. You're going to need it. And if you isolate yourself from the fan base, dog, what's going to go on? They're not going to support you. Even if you win, they're going to go on and watch somebody else. You're going to need that fan base. And attacking Gary Russell Jr. was a bad move. It's a bad move. It was short-term vision. It's short-term vision. People know that's not true. You're not going to fight Gary. You're not fighting Gary Russell. You're not going to. Seriously, man, we know what fight's going to happen and what fight's not going to happen. Like Rolly Romero talking about he's going to fight Errol Spence Jr. Oh, I'm fighting Errol Spence Jr. Do you really believe that? In the amount of time you've been watching boxing, is there anything that would tell you that is remotely likely to happen? So when Rolly opens his mouth, start talking about how he's going to go up to 147 and he's going to knock out Errol Spence Jr., dude, if anybody was taking him serious before, they're not going to take him serious now because they literally just saw you get knocked out by Gervonta Davis. Literally just how you got knocked out at 135, but now you're going to jump up and go to 147 for Errol? No, dude, I don't believe you. Okay? Anybody that, I don't even think that Devin Haney's most ardent fans believe Gervonta Davis is ducking him. Because it's not possible for it to be the case. It's just not possible. You might as well be at your press conference saying the guy's ducking you. You might as well be in the press conference because you've already let it be known. And he's over there with Top Rank. And then on the top of it is you not only have that, you got Top Rank you got to deal with. You know, so how are you going to get past dealing with Top Rank? It's just, I don't believe that, man. I don't believe it. And it's hard to support. You know, I like, for example, Shakur Stevenson, man. Shakur Stevenson is a great fighter, man. Great fighter. Not the most captivating dude in the world to watch fight. You know what I mean? But he's a guy out there that's telling the truth. Say what you want about him. He's telling the truth. He thinks he's going to beat these guys. That's real. But he knows full well who the big money man is in the division. It's Errol. I mean, it's Gervonta. Ryan Garcia admits it. Like, yeah, man, Ryan, yeah, that's the big draw in the division. Devin won't even admit it. From what I can hear, won't even admit. He's like, no, I'm the man. Everybody come to me. No, you're not. The truth of the matter is you can sit up there and say, look, man, really? These belts, I won the belt. That means I'm the best lightweight that there is. But really, I want to fight Gervonta Davis because I want everybody to know I'm better than him. I'm better than Gervonta. Not Gervonta's got to come to me and I'm running things. And no, because you're not. It's very obvious you're not running things. It's very, very obvious you're not running things. Because you're going back over there to Australia. And you're going to fight George Kambosos again in Australia. And then after that, you're going to probably fight Vasily Lomachenko in New York. If I had to gamble, I would say that's what you're going to do next. Not because you're not the best lightweight, but because you don't run it. Because you don't have autonomy right now. Right now, you have to live and abide by that contract. And trust me, you're not getting out that contract because Bob Arum will sue you into the ground. Bob Arum will sue you to the ground if you try to act like you ain't fighting who he wants you to fight next. If you got to go to, and then there's that whole thing, but what if we can't make the division? But look, dude, here's the problem. You're talking in the media like you can make it. They may say, nah, dog, it says that you can't make it, but you can make it because you're negotiating the fight with Gervonta at 135. And you're clearly out here saying that you have the out if you can't make it. Can't make it and won't make it are two different things. And I'm telling you, do not be surprised if Bob Arum knows the difference between cannot make it and will not make it. He knows the difference. Can't make it means, I'm sorry, it's too hard to make the weight. Will not make it means, well, you know, I could make it, but I've decided not to make it, so I'm going to 140. You know? But that, again, that depends on how it's written. John Boy, the singularly holding down the chat today, brother. Thank you. He said, for Timothy, Joshua, Rip, Jones, Terry, and the Rise podcast, big bro, Mike Kirkland, I'm off to work. Peace. Hey, man, enjoy it, bro. Asha said, why you checkmating him for now? Because I wanted to stop. Aisha, because I wanted to stop, man. I wanted to stop. Tearing down black fighters for the sake of building yourself up. Do that to Kambosos. I wouldn't even have cared. I would have been fair, but I wouldn't have been like, come on, man. You're not about to do this to this dude, man. You know what I mean? But I honestly, even with George Kambosos, when Devin Haney fans were calling him chicken, I'm like, dude, he accepted the fight, man. Why can't this man get credit? Why can't this man get credit for making this fight, bro? Hey, my man in that super chat, man, much love in that super chat. My man, Mr. Cedric Warren in the building, showing that love in that Cash App, brother. Thank you. He said, if Benavidez beats Garcia, is Danny's career over? No, it's not over, man. No, Adrian Brown is still fighting. He'll get another fight if he wants. I don't think he is beating him, no. I'll take the better fighter in Danny Garcia. And neither one of them have been at that weight class before. So I'll take him. And my man, CJ Owens with that in that Cash App, brother. Thank you so much for that support, brother. That means big time, brother. Thank you, man. I don't see that. I don't see it. Hank's days are numbered, hence the persistent call outs. No, he's making a lot of money. That's the persistent call outs. Hard to be defeated if you're 5-5 in this division. It's all a dream. Nah, not really, brother. Not really. Not really. Not if you can fight. As long as he doesn't go up to 140, I'm cool with Tank at 135. I'll white, man. Just keep coming around, Turk. 182. Hey, Devin is on the I Told You So tour. Let him talk. Hey, man, I told you. What did he tell me? I already knew. Come on, everybody knew. Man, come on, man. Ain't nobody know. Who didn't know that? No joke, bro. Who didn't know that? And I need to know who didn't know that. Rip Jones in that super chat, bro. Thank you, man, for that support, brother. Hold on 1 second. Fanon, did you hook up the seasonings up on them pork chops you frying up during the second 85? Hey, I keep them fresh, dog. You know what it is. We keep it that way, bro. We keep it that way. You know what I mean? Shoney D said, Fanon, did you? Oh yeah, okay, I got that, man. Joshua Furlong said, what chances he sold his soul for belts that nobody cares about? Very high. Very, very high. Very, very high. Dog, didn't nobody care about George Gambosis, man. Dude, that fight did, let me tell you something. The fight itself. The fight itself did fewer numbers than Shakur Stevenson versus Oscar Valdez. And that should tell you everything right there. Shakur Stevenson versus Oscar Valdez attracted more viewers than the undisputed fight at the weight class above it. And that is for real. Hey, bro, thank you so much again to my man. Cedric Warren in the building said, I really wanted the ref to let Tank finish Rolly. Oh, man, you trying to get him killed, Cedric. You trying to get him killed, man. Come on, man. Don't do him like that. Don't do him like that, man. Don't do him like that. Pound for pound boxing talk. I said, I think the Haneys thought the belts would be more for them than it did actually, and it actually did. And now they try to convince people it's important. Hey, man, look, dude. Only thing I can really say about that is, and I mean this to the bottom of my heart, you're going to have to knock people out. Just no way around that, brother. You're going to have to do it. You're going to have to do it. You're going to have to do what Rigondeaux did, and for Rigondeaux to start getting fights. He had to stand there right there and start banging with people. Could have just moved around. He'll move around and not get touched when it's time and if he gets in any trouble. But other than that, bro, you got to sit there and you have to be a little something more. Got to be a little something more. You know what I mean? Because nobody is really selling and ain't getting people out of there, man. That's why nobody really cared about Tyson Fury in the UK. Tyson Fury was going the distance with people. He wasn't getting to be no big star because until he got in there with Deontay, who's got the risk of not adding excitement to fights because he's knocking people down. You know what I mean? Brandon McGowan in that super chat, brother. Hey, man, thank you to everybody that supports on super chat. Thursdays on the Cash App and in the super chat. It really does mean a lot. It's Thursday, though. Man, I'm sitting up here in the back of my mind thinking, man, it's Friday. Salute for 9, just showing some love. Get them likes up. Yes, sir, bro. Thank you so much, man. Greatly appreciate that, man. Greatly appreciate the love and affection in that super chat, bro. Means a lot, man. Yo, Tank's fights are, my man, Be More Patient said, yo, Tank's events are memorable. I felt goosebumps during his ring entrance. Yeah, man, they are, and that's why people want to watch them. Eric Horn, much love in that super chat, bro. Said support for the channel for 9. You helped me get through the working morning. In the morning, Tank is the bank at 135 and Spence in 9, man. God dog, man. Let's get this fight on with Errol and Terrence, bro. Let's get this fight on, announce that fight so we can have some good old times, man. Chopping it up for 6 months. Chopping it up for like 5 months of boxing talk, bro. Much love in that super chat, Eric Horn. Thank you, brother. That means a lot, man. Mass Arms in the building said Bob is going to tell Haney who he is fighting next. Yeah, he is. That's why I'm saying just we can cut all this. We really can cut the act on the oh, I really want to fight Gervonta next. Like, oh, well, we really try to make this Gervonta Davis fight. And no, you're not. You know what I'm saying? Like, not really. No, not really. You know what I'm saying? Be more patient. I traveled to Atlanta and Newark to see my hometown family put on. He brings the city of Baltimore out for real. Yeah, and that's another big thing, bro. You gotta, dude. He left Oakland too. Fighting out of Las Vegas, bro. He doesn't have the city of Oakland, does he? So he doesn't really have a city. Unlike Errol, who got a city. Terrence even sell out in Nebraska. Terrence will bring them crowds out in Nebraska. But you know, they definitely selling them tickets for some reasonable amount of money out there in Nebraska. But didn't he also leave Oakland as a kid? Like he left Oakland a long time ago, kind of like Sean Porter left Cleveland. And really is more of like a Las Vegas fighter than he is a Cleveland fighter. You know? He's a young guy, chill. Yeah, I got you. Until he's not, right? Anyway, it is what it is, man. It ain't guaranteed. It ain't guaranteed. All I want is fairness. $12 said, hey, Fanon, AB, and Omar Figueroa. Honestly, man, I'm really caught between a rock and a hard place on that fight because I like Omar Figueroa as a fighter. And if he was not fighting Adrian Bronner, I would be rooting very, very heavy for Omar Figueroa. So, but he is fighting Adrian Bronner, and I always root for Adrian Bronner. So it's really like two guys that I want that are going to fight, where it's like a no-win situation for me, because I like both guys. You know, Omar Figueroa. I've met Omar Figueroa. He's a really nice guy. I think he's a real good fighter. Love how he fights. Of course, I've been a Bronner fan for a long time. But I will tell you, it's going to be hard for Adrian to beat that guy because he punches so much. Because he's just so active. But Adrian will hit him too. That's another thing. He will hit him because Omar gets hit a lot too. Greenville Mike said, "What's up, Fanon? Had to come put something in the light bill. Thank you, brother. If the fight happens, who would he see? Who would you like to see on the Spence versus Crawford undercard?" Oh man, no doubt, easy money. Jaron Ennis. Main guy I want to see is Jaron Ennis on the undercard. Main guy, Jaron Ennis, bro. Main guy is Jaron Ennis for me. 100% all day long, Jaron Ennis, make it happen. That's what I want to have on that undercard. Pay Jaron what they need to get that guy to be the second to last fight. So everybody can see Jaron perform. And then from there, we got another welterweight superstar. That's who I want to see on that. And then I couldn't get it. I know I can't get it. But if I could get Jared Anderson on that undercard somehow, if I could get Jared Anderson on that undercard somewhere, I know he's with Top Rank. If I could get Jared Anderson on that card somewhere, I would love it. But who else would be maybe like Gabriel Matias and Gabriel Matias, Michelle Rivera, guys like that. You know, that's who I'd like to see. Michelle Rivera, Gabriel Matias of the PBC fighters. You know, Boots and Standing Onsis on that undercard. Yeah, that'd be fire, bro. Jaron Ennis versus Xander Zayas. Xander Zayas is at 154, and he's still not ready he's not ready. Xander Zayas is at 154, but Xander Zayas needs to stay away from Jaron Ennis. Xander Zayas will get knocked out by Jaron Ennis at this point in time in his career. Way too green. And I don't even care that he's a size up. Way too green. Way too green. Who else? Yeah, those guys, man. Oh, El Rayo. Yeah, El Rayo would be nice to see there on there. Valenzuela. Yeah, Valenzuela would be nice to see on that undercard too. You know, I wouldn't honestly, man. What's my man's name? Joey Spencer, man. I haven't seen Joey Spencer in a while. I wouldn't mind seeing Joey Spencer do that. Hey, hold on one second. I gotta let this dog in real quick. Hold on. All righty. Sorry about that. I'm back. Back. Oh, Black Belt Ben said, I think they're also going to put Mayweather fighter Hackett on there too. Oh, yeah. Is it Jalil Hackett? Yeah, Jalil Hackett. Doesn't he fight out of Baltimore or is he out of New Jersey? But Jalil Hackett, isn't Jalil Hackett with Calvin Ford? Let me know if I'm wrong on that one. I think Jalil is on that. Hey, Fanon, I love your show, but there was a few times you blocked my accounts because I said something stupid when you kind of upset at someone else and got blamed by association. I doubt that, Haney. First of all, you got a new account, bro. I never did unblock Haney. I never unblocked. I think you're telling on yourself, partner, because I never unblocked Haney. I don't think I did. Let me see. No, I didn't block you, though, because this is early this month. Look, man, dude, anytime you're somebody that continually makes different accounts on different names, bro, you got a possibility of getting put out, bro. Okay? You at this point in time are playing with me, brother. I understand. Oh, no, Eric, whatever, man. Look, man. DC, they good for, I'm not sure what that is. Oh, David Morrell on the undercard. Yeah, that'd be good too, bro. Dude, now you spamming me, Haney. Sorry, brother. I got to put you out of here. Nope, sorry. You put one more comment in there, bro. I don't believe it, brother. You highly suspect, dude. I don't know what else you want me to do. I had to time you out to stop spamming the content right now. You just put up like 6 straight messages, bro. That's very trollish. Jamario Dixon said, when did becoming a champion in boxing stop being important? Fanon, it never did. It never stopped being important. When was it everything? Never. When was it everything? Never. When was it nothing? It's still important. Dude, if Devin Haney didn't have any belts, we wouldn't be talking about Devin Haney. Or yeah, we would. We would be talking more about Devin Haney if he didn't have any belts, honestly. To be for real. Because then everybody would be ducking him. Like they afraid to get knocked out. You said just block the guy, buckle up for saying Tank didn't do 500 or better yet, bro. What's that? You just blocked the guy, buckle up for saying Tank didn't do 500K or better. Yo, what's up with that? Let me tell you what's up with that. Why I block you for lying on me? First of all, and I don't mind. There you go. Now you're out of here because you're definitely a hater. However, dog, I'm not playing no games with y'all. Ronald Johnson, man, much love in that super chat, bro. Because you get in the way of guys like Ronald Johnson, bro, who support the channel with your yappity yap. Anyway, because to say somebody's not a cash cow unless they do 500,000 pay-per-views is you whipping something out of your backside, and I don't want to hear from you anymore. I read comments in the comment section, man, And you get in the way of people that are really talking boxing when you say things that are really, really silly. You know what I mean? It's already not a lot of people in here. So your comment today, so your comments are easier to see, man. You got to go, man. I don't know what you want me to do, man. I don't know. They said no. Jalil is from DC, but his dad is his trainer. But they are close with Tank and his team. He's one of Tank's sparring partners. Okay, yeah. I was gonna say, I knew they were in camp. You know, like I've seen them in and around that camp. Fanon, who you got getting the knockout, Ortiz or Ruiz? I mean, I think if anybody's going to get a knockout, it's Luis Ortiz. If somebody's going to get knocked out, it's going to be Luis Ortiz. That's what I think. You know what I mean? That's what I think. Exactly. Joshua Frog, exactly. This is Elite A+ boxing talk. We don't have time for stupidity, bro. Seriously, if you don't do 500,000 pay-per-views, you're not a cash cow. Man, how can I respond to that, man? Or why would I want to continually respond to that silliness? Hey, man, John Bowie, man, thank you, John Bowie, for the support, bro. Big time, brother, on this very thin day, man. It's appreciated, man. Gigantically appreciated. Hold on one second, man. What is taking this so long? This is really weird. It's not pulling up my Cash App. I know that you much love John Boy in that Cash App, bro. I see you though. Let me see if it came through on my text though. John Boy said, for looking low on energy, bro. I hope you well. Oh man, I'm good, man. Much love in that super chat. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, a little low on energy, only because I'm only low energy because I got up in a bad mood today, bro. It was like really, really, really tough, man. But yeah, I'm a little low on energy, man, but it'll be better. Hey, Justin James said, Fanon, Ryan better get his ass out here running in the 105-degree weather, get that ass down to 135. Exactly, bro. Man, you better lose that weight. Ryan Garcia is out of his mind, bro. Ryan Garcia don't want that fight, man. Ryan don't want that fight, man. Ryan, none of those dudes want that fight talking the nonsense that they're talking. They would at least talk. If they wanted it, they would at least talk it. And then get into the negotiation, you know, and act like they want it from there. But no, dude, for real, I can't even fathom that those dudes actually want that fight, bro. Hold on one second, man. John Boy, again in that shit. This thing is, it's just been a kind of a bad mood for me today, bro. But hold on one second, man. Hold on one second. John Boy said, smile, God bless you. Hey, man, thank you, man. I'll smile. Thank you, man. Sorry, man, that I've been low energy today. Trying my best, man. I'm trying my best. Much love in that super chat to my man, John Boy. Thank you so much for continuing to support the channel, man. It means a ton. Brandon Suter better get that liposuction if he doesn't manage to sweat it off. Look, man, that dude just need to go ahead and go ahead and lose. Because if he stays around there at 140 for too long, dog, I ain't trying to hear it, bro. You know, I'm not trying to hear it, bro. You know, at 140, and not trying to hear it at 140 for Ryan. He probably should be more disciplined and stay at 135. But what's he going to do to get belts at all at 140 when all of those 140 belts are over there at Top Rank? And he ain't about to say, he's definitely not about to leave the zone for Top Rank, you know? Hey, Justin James said, Fanon, right. I agree. Hope they make it, though. Yeah, it'd be good. If they could do it, it'd be good. But it's going to be a Showtime fight. It's not going to be a split with the zone, you know? And that's just what it is, man. But, you know, we'll see what's going on. But look, man, I want to say thank you to everybody in the chat today. Thank you for coming up and chopping up with me on boxing this morning. We'll have a much more high energy show tomorrow morning because I won't have as many things throwing me off tomorrow as I did this morning. So I apologize, you know, for it being off a little bit, but we will definitely get back. Why do you keep asking the same question, Jamario Dixon? When did becoming a champion in boxing stop being important? It's never stopped being important. But I'm going to tell you for sure, it's never been as important as making money. If that's what you mean. If you're boo-hooing for Dev and saying, why doesn't everybody want to fight Devin? It doesn't have anything to do with his belts. It has everything to do with his money. Period. There are guys that won't even fight in weight classes because the money's in another weight class. There are guys, if the money was at 154 and not at 147, a whole bunch of these guys would be in 154. You know? It doesn't have anything to do with the belts. It has everything to do with the money. And that's why Devin Haney wants the money too. That's why he paid for the belts. But look, I got to get up out of here. Much love to everybody in the chat, everybody in the super chat. And with that, I'm out. Deuces. Yeah, OZ Boxing 22. Truth hurts like a mug, man. Holler.